Hey everyone, it's Keith, Arkenberg Farms. As you can see around me, we got our first major snowfall of the year. And let me tell you, it's about 22 degrees out here, which is awful chilly. But snow was yesterday, now we've got sun out. We are getting things warmed up, and what's behind me right here is that our greenhouse is starting to shed all of its snow. Now I don't have to do anything, it sheds it automatically, but the problem is that we have automated side openers on this greenhouse, this side in particularly, and what happens is all that snow that sheds ends up right here. Good, seals off the tunnel, it does it all the way around it, really helps in the cold weather because the wind can't blow up underneath it. But with that side opener on there, that thing is set to raise up at 40 degrees and sun's out, starting to cook the inside, snow shedding off, which means that thing's going to try to open here in a little bit, and it probably will, but it also creates problems. So let me show you. So right down here is where our side opener is located. This motor right here spins, wraps up the side curtain, and raises and lowers depending on temperature. We actually build those here on the farm. Did a video about 3 or 4 years ago on this, step by step, how to build this thing out, how to make it work on your farm. We also sell these over at the website, arkenbergfarms.com. Down the digital tools and training, market and garden farm school section. Go check it out. We build those custom to order. But back to the problem at hand here, and that's the fact that this thing's going to try to roll up when the temperature hits, which means we got to get that snow off there. When it first sheds, not a huge problem because it's still loose. Once this sits overnight and thaws and then rehardens, this stuff's going to get rock hard. I actually had this happen one year where the thing took off and it couldn't move, and it actually twisted this bar here, which this is chain link top rail like used in a greenhouse, and it took it and it twisted it and actually tore the coupler off the end. Not a good thing to have to fix in weather like this. So we're going to get to it, get this thing back up and running. Now that is specifically what I was talking about, but for a different reason. Almost down to the end there, thing turned on, took off on me. There's no stopping these things once they start. I had to jump in and actually unplug it. Because what happened was the snow was still furled up in this bottom area. So it made the roll bigger around than down here where there was no snow. So as a result, took this far end up. See, it took the middle up higher here, but all the way down at this far end, it almost made it to the top had I not stopped it. It still had more travel in it. This would have kept going. It will literally go up and it will peel your greenhouse plastic all the way up the top of it. I mean, we are tight in here with our baffle rope. You can't hear that. That would have been disastrous, and it would have happened on film because I happened to be shooting at the time. But that's not the problem I usually have. The usual problem I have is that it's down and then it's stuck and it just twists the bar off. I've never had it run up and jump quite like this on me. It's something new I really got to think about, because it's already raised in temperature in there because it opened up, and they do it automatically, which is great unless it's covered with snow and you could have a disaster on your hand. That really takes me back to the point I was trying to prove with this video, because it is not groundbreaking or riveted content to go through and shovel snow next to your greenhouse. Now granted, we're not in a heavy snow region, so this is the only time we have to actually shovel these. On our caterpillar tunnels, like behind me here, we don't even have to worry about what falls off of these. Even having the two next to each other, which have them that close further up north, is a no-no because the snow builds up unevenly, puts pressure on it, breaks the greenhouse. But it's more of the little things that you don't know until you know them. I almost found out a new one of how the side opener would destroy my greenhouse. And that's because the excess snow up there made the coil bigger, rolled up higher than it should have, because I haven't decreased the actual up and down travel on this greenhouse yet, and it would have just went from there and just went right up the top of it to wherever the stop point was, because these things don't have brains. They just go, and they're made to open up greenhouses that are like 300 and 400 feet long. This one's 40 foot. No problem that it's got enough torque to rip things right off. Because the other quick safety notes, when these things move, stay out of the way, because they don't stop. They'll take you with them. But again, back to my point of why I was shooting this video. I mean, it's to get the information out there, to show people. I'm probably going to have to do some kind of little clickbaity title with that to really get it to spread, because otherwise it's literally just some guy out here shoveling snow off a greenhouse, which nobody in their right mind is going to watch. I mean, I wouldn't even watch it. But also to the point of where I developed Mark Garden Farm School and teaching just the little things, the step-by-step processes, how your farm works, what to do in certain situations, you know, how to set up your systems, which leads to the grower's blueprint that I'm currently designing is the same thing. It's more of a blueprint of how to set up a farm. It's almost like a You Choose book. You get to start at the beginning and make your choices and kind of work with it throughout it till you have a rough farm plan to go off on your first, second, or third season, or when you're ready to scale. I mean, again, not riveting content, getting this thing up. Now I got to figure out how to get it back down, but I think it's pretty easy. I just turned the temperature to, let's see, I want to go higher. So if I set it at 90, it'll think it needs to go down. It'll drop itself down, and then I can come in here to the side and set the limits again. So these little switches do here. You twist them at a certain point, it stops it from traveling up. Twist the other one, it stops it from going down. So turned out to be a great little demonstration of why to actually shovel the snow off the side of your greenhouse when you got an automatic side opener. Can't beat that. Can't get any luckier. I love it. So as always, hope y'all liked what you saw today. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all. Keep farming. Have a good day.